Another happy Monday to ya. This is Cory's Corner. Hello and welcome to Cory's Corner. I, of course, am Cory. If you're new here, welcome. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. That being said, today we're stepping into the culture war, if you will, regarding entertainment. Now, it's not very often that I actually take the time to get involved in this because there's a million culture-based streams that you could go watch. I'm sure some of them are going on right now, but none of them have what I do, which, to sound as narcissistic as possible, is me. So we're just going to have a good time talking about the entertainment industry and the future thereof. But first, as always, we got to say hello to the reason we're here, and that's the chat. Hail to Vince Womack. Awesome to see you, sir. Nate D. Hail, Nate D. Hell yeah. And of course, howdy to Lester San Jose, the Skeptic Tank. Good to see you here, bro. It's going to be an interesting time today. Vince Womack says, as if entertainment had any culture left. Yes. My favorite anti-American joke was from the British. And that was, what's the difference between yogurt and America? And that's after 200 years, yogurt grows culture. But keep forgetting to put in those sound effects. But anyway, as you can tell, I'm wearing my kick-ass Bruce Lee with a lightsaber hoodie from 540 Studios. Jason Fox, awesome guy. Go check out his shit. 540 Studios. Yeah, here on YouTube. Great stuff over there. He's always fantastic in his videos and such. And of course, he makes some of the coolest merchandise that I like. If you want to go get some of that, check out Jason's merch shop over there at Stream Elements. He's got some pretty awesome stuff. Go check it out. This was an awesome buy on my part because I love Bruce Lee. And the idea of him having a lightsaber is just awesome. That being said, my son's primary complaint with this is that it's not nunchuck lightsabers. Granted, he doesn't understand the physics of what a nunchuck lightsaber would do to you, considering you have to use your body mass to stop the nunchucks. But you know, the Skeptic Tank, Lester San Jose, says, just awaiting my boarding in 30 minutes. Well, I hope you have a good flight, sir. Wherever it is you happen to be going, I do hope you have a good time out there. And of course, in order to break up the monotony of my background, since my internet is still Comcast wonderful, Comcast-tastic, Comcast-tastic, I don't know, it's crap. But so this is the newest painting that I picked up. Of course, this is a Hobby Lobby exclusive, nothing super serious or no awesome artists that we know made it, but it's sick. I like it. As you can tell, it's Batman with the Joker's face right there. Yup. And the Skeptic Tank says, well, Bruce did love samurai movies. Who doesn't? Honestly, Bruce Lee had good tastes. Bat joke. Ha ha. Yeah. That's it just reminds me of the Bat Who Laughs. I love that so much. But anyway, so there's a lot of concern going around right now regarding AI and the future of entertainment. And my personal take on all of the AI stuff from the get-go is it should never be used to create content or entertainment completely. The human element is what makes it really engaging, honestly. In my opinion, you know, like when I'm watching anime, I love when you can tell that they were hand drawn characters and stuff and not just some bullshit lazy ass prompt, you know. And I do see the value of AI in entertainment, in certain things. Like I would use AI generated backgrounds for some of the animations. I'm going to in the future. But the problem is when we start relying wholly on AI, we start losing what we actually have in our entertainment, and that's the joy of making and consuming entertainment. Um, you know, how is the behind the scenes extras on DVDs and shit going to look when it's just, oh, we'll give you a rundown of how the AI built things. This is a 35-second time lapse of entering prompts and getting pictures out of it and shit. I mean, we've gotten to the point that AI is being used right now. This boggles my mind. There was a song recently submitted for a Grammy Award that is completely produced by AI, including the AI, the singing in it is supposedly The Weeknd and one other guy. And I just gonna come out and say, whoever made that song is a lazy sack of shit, and I hope you get kicked in the fucking nuts. All right, you're robbing people of their fucking livelihood by doing shit like this. And I know as a voice actor, I have no future in entertainment as a voice actor because of AI, because all these people are going to be fucking lazy and cheap and they're just going to program it into a computer, and then you're going to lose the human touch. And eventually we'll all be mindless drones because it's just a gigantic fucking shit show of cheap ass lazy fuckers that don't understand what good entertainment is, as we've seen over the last few years. Have we gotten a couple good movies this year? Yeah. Will it continue? Not if we use the fucking AI all the time. And I'm going to rail against this until I die. Okay. I don't give a fuck what kind of quality this fucking shit is going to put out. I don't give a shit what any of the broader society says about AI and all this other stuff. It's a fucking lazy, worthless fucking tool if you're just doing it for the sake of raking in a dollar. Look how the fucking NFT market went, right? AI generated monkeys and cocksucking dumb shit like that. It pisses me off when you replace human beings with fucking technology. This is kind of an antiquated fucking conversation, if we're being honest, because back in the day, they were saying the same thing about the auto industry and all this other stuff. And we saw how that turned out. We did. We saw how that turned out. How you doing, Detroit? Anyway, Vince Womack says in the book Colossus by D.F. Jones, a defense computer takes over the world, and since he makes all important decisions, creativity was squashed. Indeed. And that's how it's going to work. This is just another push to fucking dumb down everything that we see and do in the world. Okay. Vince Womack says, technically in the book, The Fall of Colossus. Okay, cool. And then he says, corporate, San Jose, the Skeptic Tank, Lester, man. I'll figure out what name to call you eventually. I mean, right? Corporate culture. Yes, heavy quotation marks on the culture, because the corporate culture is, let's see how stupid we can make every employee and see how much bullshit they're willing to put up with before they walk out the door. Vince Womack says NFT were a scam to start with. No real value. You're damn right. You know how many times I've stolen those fucking monkeys? They're like, oh my gosh, I'm the only one who owns this. Screenshot. Fuck you are. The fuck you are, dude. You ain't own shit. And let's seriously talk about this though, okay? Because artists are being robbed of what's rightfully theirs by lazy sacks of garbage that are coming out and fucking applying voice filters to a computer to generate things like The Weeknd's voice. He's the devil with an angel's voice for a fucking reason. Okay, his voice should not be in a computer. I don't fucking care. I don't think that we should be using AI generated people to replace actors. I don't think we should be using AI generated computer fucking voices for voice scripts. I just think it's all really stupid. And you know what? I'm not the only one. You want to see some mainstream shit on it, let's talk about some mainstream shit on it. I just got to bring this article up real quick, and we'll get into people talking about what it's like. Yep. And the audience just drink out the Kool-Aid. They do. They do just drink the Kool-Aid because they're ignorant. I don't mean any offense to all of you normies out there, but you're ignorant to the process that actually goes into creating actual art. If a computer does it, I don't care what the fuck you say. If a computer does it and it wasn't created from a human mind through human means, it's not actually fucking art. Okay? Not. Because only a human being, it would seem, can understand that there are 5 fingers on each hand, not 12, that we only have 2 legs, not 4. Yeah, see, sure, let's look at the mainstream avenues. Well, this avenue that I'm about to talk about is actually kind of important because the big timers are finally coming out and saying something. Granted, it's not one of my favorite corporate content creators in the world, but it's a start. Tim Burton blasts AI recreations of his style as very disturbing. It's like a robot taking your humanity, your soul. All right, let's let that sink in for a second. Okay, Tim Burton, Nightmare Before Christmas, several Batman movies, or at least, was it 2 Batman movies, or did he do 3? Maybe it was just 1. My brain isn't working right now because of that. But let's be honest. The fact that Tim Burton is coming out and saying 2, thank you, Vince, 2. But the fact that Tim Burton is coming out and saying this kind of stuff should be a wake-up call to the rest of fucking Hollywood. Because, I mean, Tim Burton is a guy that, while I may not enjoy the bulk of his work, I can appreciate the art that he puts into it, the style that he come out with and stuff. You know, and I'm talking about animations right now, not so much the live action stuff, because any live action Tim Burton stuff's just a Johnny Depp movie, which sometimes is good, sometimes it's not, because it's a Johnny Depp movie. You have no idea how well it's written until you get to see it, or in some cases, suffer through it. But that being said, we need more mainstream people like Tim Burton to come out and actually squash this AI bullshit. All right. Over the summer, BuzzFeed posted an article of photos that were generated by asking an AI platform to recreate beloved Disney characters in the style of Tim Burton. The results depicted Elsa from Frozen and Princess Aurora from Sleeping Beauty as if they were stars in Burton's stop-motion Corpse Bride. Sorry. Text messages and stuff. Vince Romack says, but he did Marky Mark and the Monkey Bunch, aka Planet of the Apes. I didn't say he was always good. Let's be real. Okay. And that movie, in my opinion, was fucking trash. But that's just my opinion. That being said, this is what Tim Burton had to say about this, okay? They had AI do my versions of Disney characters. I can't describe the feeling it gives you. It reminded me of when other cultures say, don't take my picture because it is taking away your soul. What it does is it sucks something from you. It takes something from your soul or psyche. It is very disturbing, especially if it has to do with you. It's like a robot taking your humanity and soul. Okay, think about that, okay? And Nate D agrees with me on Planet of the Apes. Trash. Think about that. It takes a part of your soul. Do you know why it feels like it's taking a part of your soul? Because when you're a creator, when you're an actual artistic, creative individual, what you do and the shit that you pour out into your work is literally pouring your fucking soul out for the entire world to see. Okay? Sure, sometimes it's not very good because we're hampered by ability and stuff like that. But when you're a creative, You want to see your work blossom into something bigger than you. And when it's AI, it's coming from nothing and generating into a gigantic heap trash pile of nonsense that has absolutely no soul, no benefit towards anyone. It's just like, oh, here's some more pretty distractions to just throw at you. Oh my gosh. And I don't want to live in a world where computers make all of the entertainment. They already get to decide what we get to see because of Google's practices and shit. But when you break it down, there's no value in AI generated anything. Okay. If a school kid generates a paper through AI, guess what? That school kid is fucking stupid. And why are they stupid? Because they elected to be stupid by using AI instead of doing the research and the work. When it comes to artists, it's the same fucking thing. I would much rather have an original piece done by Ripa than some AI generated bullshit that didn't cost anybody anything to make, not time, not effort, not creative imagination, nothing. Anything at all to create a fucking AI piece of art. Whoopity fucking do. Great fucking job. There's no human soul in it. None whatsoever. And all in all, the only thing that you use of AI in entertainment for writing scripts, for generating images, all this other stuff, all it is a way to be lazy and capitalize on other people's ignorance towards what it actually takes to create something that is human made. And I know I'm railing against something that I'm never going to stop, but we got to be honest about this. The future of entertainment should not lie in computers. It shouldn't lie in AI generated bullshit. All right. I got mad respect for people who take the time to iron it out and, use it for creative purposes. But if you're generating something via computer and that is the sole body of your fucking artwork, get fucked. All right. That's all I have to say about it. Your AI is nothing compared to the creative ability of a human being. And using AI makes creators feel like you're stealing a piece of their soul, as Tim Burton has pointed out. See, combining AI with beloved auteurs has become a popular trend on social media by lazy motherfuckers. AI created videos imagining what Star Wars or The Lord of the Rings might look like if Wes Anderson directed them have gone viral in recent months. Anderson was asked about these clips during the summer press tour for Asteroid City, and he mostly ignored these AI creations. Good. You know why? Because he's a creator. He's a creative. He gets it. See? Music created by pushing a button. I agree. I agree 100%. There's no value in it. None. In my personal opinion, everything generated by AI, in my personal opinion, should be public domain. Auto-fucking-matically. You know why? Because no human being created it. Not even the corporations who own the AI technically have a fucking right to it because it's not fucking original 99% of the time. They're stealing someone else's shit and turning it into something that they didn't have any part in making. And then they're fucking saying, oh, look at how good I am at doing this. Congratulations. That's like being good at math because you have a fucking calculator. Great fucking job. I mean, let's be proud of ourselves for being able to take a poop. That's a fucking automatic process. Stupid fuckers. All right. Lester says, have a good rest of your stream, all. Just going to handle last minute things before boarding. Cory, I'll be returning home from a weekend of emergency medical training in Idaho. Well, I hope you have fun out there in Idaho, and I hope they don't work you too hard, but I hope you learn a lot of good stuff. Be safe out there, bro. Definitely stay sexy and don't get murdered, bro. But until next time, have a good time. Lester, Mr. Skeptic Tank Man. Yes, he's an awesome guy. Go check him out. Lester, San Jose, the Skeptic Tank. See, and here we go. If somebody sends me something like that, I'll immediately erase it and say, please, sorry, do not send me things of people doing me. Anderson said in an interview with the Times of London, because I do not want to look at it thinking, is that what I do? Is that what I mean? I don't want to see too much of someone else thinking about what I try to be, because God knows I could then start doing. And this is another thing that's kind of concerning in a lot of ways, is the fact that artists might actually be influenced by this to a point that they stop creating art. They start looking at things and they think to themselves, well, if is this really all I am? Is something that's so simple and easy that a computer can just and there it is. There's my art style. All the years, decades of fucking work that these people put into their jobs and into their art form and in creating their own unique styles means absolutely nothing with AI. Artificially generated art takes away from every creator that's ever walked this earth. While I may not like Hollywood writers, they will have absolutely no opportunities in the future to apply their art form, because they'll be like, well, this is what the computer gave us according to our not only the prompts that we put in, but our personal guidelines towards what's ethical and what's moral and et cetera, et cetera. And then the next thing you know, we're going to have just garbage pumped out. Just trash after trash after trash after trash. And I don't care what quality the AI is. I don't care. If there's not a human element, I want no fucking part of it. Okay? Now, there's a chance that this painting behind me is generated by AI. But I doubt it. Just saying. I don't personally think that AI is evil, but I do personally think that AI is lazy as fuck. It's an opportunity for people to get things that they haven't earned. Like, congratulations, you know how to type. Such an artist, such an inspiration to be able to type. I mean, what exactly do we get? What do we gain? What growth do we have from AI generated anything? Let's say you have an AI generated novel. Can there actually be a deeper human meaning inside of that? I don't personally think so. Let's say you have an AI written script for a television show. Does that writing actually have any meaning? It might spout messages, but that doesn't mean that it represents them correctly. It doesn't mean that we can connect with it correctly. Unfortunately, the youth of today is going to connect with AI stuff perfectly fine because they are the laziest fucking generation I have ever seen in my entire life. And I know every generation says that about the following generation, but I gotta tell you, this generation takes the fucking cake. I'm glad that I have a son who is actually artistically inclined. I'm glad that I have a son who is a free thinker, but I wish he wasn't falling into the same trap that so many other people are, which is this being permanently stuck to your face. I mean, that's all we're leading up to. Kids aren't even going to know what certain animals look like because AI generated art can't get it right. And then you have, people like Tim Burton and Anderson coming out and saying, what is the point of this? Why? The article closes here. with Burton is currently making the press rounds in support of the new art exhibition of his work that is launching at the Museo Nacional del Cinema in Turin next month. Production of his latest feature film, the long-awaited Beetlejuice 2, is paused amid WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes. On that note, however, Beetlejuice 2 literally has like 3 days of filming left before they're completely done with the movie. And that's from Tim Burton's mouth. Like, SAG-AFTRA and the WGA are kind of fucking themselves right now. Beetlejuice 2 has so much fucking potential. I'm not going to say it's going to be a good movie because I don't have that kind of expectation in modern entertainment anymore, but it might. It could be. We may never know. 2 days of filming is all they need to finish off that movie. Too bad. Vince says, I used to have a program, if written, that spat out a number of words in different categories, and I had to write a story from it. And in that sense, AI can be used to give ideas. But the writing from AI is lackluster. Yes, it is. And I fully support using AI to assist you in research or, you know, brainstorming, stuff like that. Because we don't all have creative friends that we can bounce brainstorm ideas off of and stuff like that. And it does at times become challenging. I use ChatGPT, for instance, to research the names of battles and stuff like that in history, and to look up the names of certain concepts and get like a brief overview to make sure I know what I'm talking about, because this brain doesn't work the way it should. Let's be honest. But, you know, I use AI. I'm not completely trashing it, but if you're using it as a supplemental tool, then you're using it correctly. If you're using it as the entire base for your creative ability, I got no respect for that. Just saying. Hail to Small Time Republic. How you doing, Matt? Hope you're doing well. Vince Womack says, why does the brain have to be so much smarter than my fingers? Speaking of his writing abilities, that's just how it works, man. Mine's the same way, especially this guy, my left hand. It's retarded. It's like, Yeah. It's like I said before. It's kind of like that Idle Hands movie, but instead of a demon, it's infected with retardation. Yeah. But please, guys, let me know what you think here in the chat and in the comments if you're watching on replay. What you think of the use of AI to be a creative force. And do you think, personally, in your personal opinion, that people like Tim Burton are justified in saying that AI is a bad thing, that it's like having someone steal a piece of your soul, you know? Because I totally understand that, and I support Tim Burton in his assertion that that shit is not fucking cool. You know, you can be a fan, make fan art by hand. If you don't have the ability, then fucking learn. Okay? It's never too late. It's literally never too fucking late. You know, Vince Womack says he's right this time. And that's the thing. It's like, I think that the celebrity elite have also developed an incredibly false sense of security regarding their jobs and shit, which is demonstrated through the current strikes and stuff, because everything is paralyzed in the entertainment industry. But like people like The Rock, people like Oprah, and all of these other people who are really big and, tell you to spend money on shit that they have absolutely no interest in fucking doing. Speaking of which, I'll just touch on this real quick, okay? The Rock and Oprah came out and were all like, give money to help people in Hawaii. And then people blasted them for not doing the same fucking thing, right? Because Oprah apparently hired a private firefighting force to protect her property while the fire was running through, and a security force after the fact to stop people who just lost their homes from coming onto her property. So fuck that fat bitch. But then The Rock, in order to save face, goes out and he helps out a fucking WWE wrestler with his family and property and stuff, instead of going out to like the poorer neighborhoods and stuff like that and helping clean up. So, The Rock trying to save face by a millionaire helping a millionaire out. Wow, he's such a good human being. Fuck you, you muscly moron. Go out and actually help people that fucking need it. Quit sucking the fucking cocks of the people that you know every fucking day. Get out there and help the fucking ghetto, bitch. Fucking dickhead. Vince Romack says, we have 100 plus years of great movies and great independent creators nowadays. We do. Saltzilla says, Dwayne is so cringe. I call him Douglas, actually. I'm going to refer to him as Douglas from now on because that's his middle name. Dwayne Douglas Johnson. Well, Dougie boy, do better, as Polly from Latino Slant would say. Do better. Pull your head out of your gigantic fucking ass and actually help people with your money instead of just expecting the plebs to do it for you. Poor people should help poor people, not us. Fucking dickhead. I am not a fan of The Rock. Douglas is one of my least favorite people. Douglas The Rock Johnson. Least favorite people in the world. He's a fucking alcoholic rage monster that can go suck a gigantic dick. And yeah, we don't have video evidence of him being a rage monster, but let's be honest, a man like him probably doesn't have a very even keel temper. Especially once the whiskey starts flowing. Vince says, since today is 9/11, look at what Trump did in New York. He said he went down with his construction crews and actually helped. Alrighty. Yes, today is 9/11, and thoughts and prayers out to the family and stuff, but this is, for me, kind of like Columbine. I get it. It happened. According to most people, it was the worst terror attack on U.S. soil. However, I would say that was COVID. Personally. That entire situation was nothing but a terrorist scheme, and it was successful because they struck heart in the fear in the heart of everyone. Wow, that was a fucking blah, blah, blah. Just saying. See, same here. It was Tuesday. Bullseye. Like, this world is fucking crazy. But when it boils down to it, there's nothing we can fucking do about it. Absolutely fucking nothing. You know why? Because complacency kicked in for 20 to 30 years regarding the powers that be, and the people willingly gave up all their power in the United States. But that's fairly political, so we'll hold that off for later. AI, has its place in the world. It has its place in entertainment. It has its place in the classroom. But it should not, under any circumstance, replace what human beings have worked so hard to achieve. I mean, how do you think it would feel if someone went out and took ISOM, ran it through an AI thing, and started releasing their own shit with it? Not only would it be copyright infringement and they'd get sued out the ass by RIPA, but realistically, they're doing nothing but devaluing the skill set that he's built. Do you think Tim Burton was really super good at this when he was like 13? Probably not. Did he give up? Fuck no. Now he's one of the biggest names in entertainment. Yep, I know. He says doing it again, bringing politics into entertainment. Well, to use a cheap cop out, they did it first. But, the overall point that I have for this stream, despite my several ragey moments earlier, and yes, that was me raging on camera. I know it's not like Ryan Kennel level shit, but let's be honest, we don't need that level of energy from me. I don't know if I have the emotional reserves to give you that kind of energy. But the realism of AI is it's not going to go anywhere. But it needs, this is the one part of entertainment where I'll say it needs to be regulated. And if it's not going to be regulated by the government or industry or anything like that, then it needs to be if I were in charge of, say, the Grammys or the Oscars or anything like that, I would put it directly into my guidelines, where they put all the diversity and inclusion shit. I would say that it has to be 99% human produced in order to be available for an award. To be eligible for an award, it should have to be 99% human made. That's the voices, the faces, the fucking artwork, everything. You want to use some AI shit, whatever. AI generate your fucking credits. Outside of that, anyone heavily relying on AI shouldn't be available for any entertainment awards. Not that they're worth anything, but it is recognition for the hard work that people put into it. I mean, The Weeknd should fucking cock slap whoever the fuck decided to do that with his voice. Just saying. I mean, boy's got a big enough set on him. He could just walk up and be like, and motherfucker would drop. And I think he deserves it because you're coming out and you're stealing people. And no, I didn't stop there on accident. You're stealing people at this point. You're stealing their voice. You're stealing their faces. It's not okay. It's, in my personal opinion, based on my personal morals and my personal ethics, it is not okay to steal something from someone else, let alone who they fucking are as a human being. Okay, because Tim Burton, while in his personal life may not be, is in his public life completely defined by his art and what he creates. That's how we know him. That's why so many people like him. The Weeknd, while he may not be everybody's favorite musical artist, it boils down to the very simple fact that they are stealing his voice. And if he gave them permission to do that, then all I have to say to The Weeknd is stop doing so much fucking cocaine so you can realize that you just robbed yourself of some shit. Vince Romack says, stealing people. Hollywood wants to scan extras so they can put them in every movie without paying them. See? Hollywood is the biggest fucking problem that we have outside of the political sphere. And they're even inside of the political sphere. But once you get inside of the political sphere and you start looking at that, it's a whole different ball of wax. But in the entertainment world and in the larger sphere of things, creating culture and conveying culture, which is what we as entertainers do, they're fucking stealing people. All right? This is why the stars from back in the day are probably not too happy about signing away their rights to their image to Disney and stuff. Because guess what? Chris Evans couldn't be Captain America without having to get paid for it now because they own the rights to the way he looks. And I guarantee you, Disney has enough AI technology to regenerate him and make him look almost perfect. Extra toe here or there, not a huge deal. That's what it is. AI, the use of AI in entertainment is, by and large, in my opinion, theft of human identity. And it's not so much identity theft as in like, I got your credit card, but it's stealing who they are. It's stealing their life of experience away from them. And it's minimizing it to the point that it says anyone can do this. Anyone in the entire world. Celebrate mediocrity and you get mediocre returns. Okay? And AI is the epitome of laziness. Laziness leads to mediocrity. What's the point of being good at something if they're just going to fucking strip it away from you? What is the point of putting in years of your life into something, just pouring it out there, fucking blood, sweat, tears, fucking destroying your own heart, breaking your back, twisting your mind up? All of that becomes worthless if we give in to this bullshit AI. It means nothing. As a person who already doesn't believe he has a future in the entertainment industry, I'm just going to say this outright. The rest of the world will be joining me shortly, because you will be replaced, if we are not careful, by a computer in every single fucking line of work. You'll be replaced in every single walk of life. It doesn't matter where you are. When it boils down to it, AI is dangerous. It may not be very, accurate right now with human depictions and stuff. Like I saw an AI generated picture yesterday of a man eating pizza while doing yoga. And I'll tell you, it was one of the most horrifying fucking things I've ever seen. I wish I would have downloaded it. But all right, we're in the last 20 minutes, so we're going to go ahead and made from keyboard presets. Vince. AI could be the endgame for mass employment. Yes. And honestly, it's all part of the plan, more or less, to quote Secret Agent Oso. I'm not gonna show that comment, Vince. Pineapple pizza's delicious. You shut up. Yeah, that's the side I'm on. I like pineapple on my pizza. Not all the time, but it sure as fuck beats fish. Anyone who eats anchovies is a fucking monster. Anchovies on their pizza? You need to be locked up like Hannibal Lecter. Fish on your pizza. Crackheads eat fish on pizza. Psychos. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much my whole 2 cents on the AI and entertainment. And I guess I should say the future of entertainment is bleak unless we can actually get these fucking idiot ass studios and the fucking creatives to stop using AI on a large scale. See, Small Time Republic knows what's up. Anchovies are bait. You're damn right. See, gotta agree with Cory on that. Yeah, even Saltzilla agrees with me, bro. It's, like the future of entertainment, and I'll touch on this because a lot of people have said this, okay? And no offense to any of the big creators out there, all right? But I hope to God that this is not the future of entertainment. Infotainment and commentary have their places, but I really hope that we can get back to like old school action movies, original, actually engaging comedies, beautifully hand-drawn art. Practical effects would be great, but I know those are expensive by today's standards, but I like practical effects. There's something about actually seeing an explosion versus seeing, a digitally generated one that just gets, yes, like, and we here on planet internet here, especially on tube, minus the U, because it's not about us anymore. The realism is like we have our place here, but and again, this is no offense to anyone. I personally hope that this is not the future of entertainment. I hope that the future of entertainment looks a lot like what entertainment looked like in the 90s, but with better effects. You know, like I hope they're as well written. And like you don't even need a full storyline plot to make a good movie. Look at all the action movies from the 80s. You don't need a fucking plot line for that, really. You just throw a big muscly dude in there with a machine gun and it's a great movie. But, you know, what do I know? You know, next Arnold movie that they make with AI is going to feature him in a full-on gay sex scene. I wouldn't be surprised. Fucking dipshits. Vince says it's actually a common misconception. Practical effects are way cheaper than CGI. The only reason that I would argue that it's not is because of how much people charge these days. And I get you should get paid what you're worth, but a lot of practical effects studios find it cheaper to employ one person who's really good on a computer versus 5 guys who have the world's best skill in model creating. You know, personally, I'll take those 5 guys over that one jack off with a keyboard any fucking day of the week. Because practical effects are superior to CGI. That being said, CGI can continue to be used in certain things. That'd be fine. I love it. I love, like, how the fuck are you going to make some of this shit without CGI? I mean, honestly. But when it boils down to it, if I had creative ability, practical effects would be the only thing that I go for. I mean, every bit of the way. Fucking moulaging people up with injuries, all kinds of shit, okay? Because I respect that as an art form way more than someone going I mean, no offense. I mean, I'm not a computer programmer. I have no programming skills, but at the same time, you can buy an entire effects pack off of the internet for like 99 cents that does a lot of these like mainstream effects and shit. You know? Small Term Republic says the rule of thumb should be use CGI only when you have to or only when it actually enhances the scene. Yes. Saltzilla says, I love practical effects. I can't watch over CGI stuff. I know. The first time it broke my brain was actually in the third Matrix movie. Or was it the second one? It was one of the two where he flies and it's like, what? Hail to tiny metal trees. Good to see you. You know, the Matrix movie was actually probably one of the best examples of combining CGI with practical effects. You know, the car crash scene where they actually wrecked all those, they built a whole ass fucking highway and then they wrecked all the cars on it. Like, my wife got lost on that highway one time. I don't know how, but she did. But, like, it was a fantastic combination. Like, granted, back then, yeah, see, he's like, the third one looked shit with the CGI effects. I agree. And I'm not going to say they didn't have the technology to make them good back then, because they sure as fuck did. They probably just skimped out on the check. But if those movies were made exactly as they are today with modern CG, we probably would have loved them that much more. Just because I don't know how practical it would be to use practical effects for a building jump. But, you know, like, all in all, I like some of the CGI effects, but like I loved the amount of detail people used to put into the models. You know, like the behind the scenes stuff from like Star Wars and Indiana Jones, like the scale sets that they did so they could get, you know, Like it was fantastic. And you don't get to see enough creativity in that realm anymore because it's just some pasty fucker behind a keyboard punching in variables. Small Time Republic says, I'll never understand why they didn't space Matrix 2 and 3 release dates out more. Probably because they overextended themselves, monetarily speaking, and they just wanted it out now. It's a good example of rushing work gets you shit. I'm sure those people went to work for some video game companies. Maybe even on Anthem. Who knows? Tiny Metal Tree says, just finished watching Sinbad and Eye of the Tiger from Harryhausen. That's awesome. Hell yeah. Vince Romack says, the practical effects can even make a scene better. Yes, they can. In the Avengers movie, the script called for a police car to flip over. They did it practical, and the car ended up sliding along on its bumper before landing on its roof, which is fantastic. And that's something that like CGI versus practical effects can't give you. It's the same thing that AI written scripts and AI generated images won't get you. And that's the risk of error, because a lot of people will tell you that some of the best movie scenes that you've seen weren't on purpose. And you can't get accidental with CGI or AI generated shit. You can't, not unless it's accidentally terrible. Like, why is he missing half his face? You know, the mistakes that computers make are things that you have to remove and go back and put extra work into. Mistakes that humans make can oftentimes be utilized. Heath Ledger in as the Joker, for instance, when he's blowing up the hospital. Everybody's aware of that scene. Everybody, or at least you should be, aware of the fact that they were actually doing that and the batteries failed in the detonator. And the whole was impromptu. It was improv. It was not in the script, but it made the final cut because it was so fucking good, you know? Small Time Republic says, objects don't seem to have the same weightiness, and sounds seem just a little off sometimes with CGI. You're absolutely right. And it's because of the natural occurrence of these kinds of things that provides them with the engagement that you get. There's a certain level of humanity that has to be in the entertainment, or in my opinion, it's worthless. If you don't have if there's just one person using an AI to generate everything and say that they're an artist, that person is a fucking liar. Because they didn't do anything. A fucking program did it, bro. Programmed by somebody way smarter than you to do something that you're not skilled at. I understand it as a supplemental tool, just like CGI, but it doesn't deserve a mainstay. Sorry, but AI projects should be fucking squashed and eliminated right fucking now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and close it out. Later on today, make sure that you... Hold on. What about an AI to make the storyboard? I feel like that would be a huge pain in the ass, because trying to explain spacing and like representation of movement and stuff in a storyboard, I feel like that would just take, 8 hours doing something that should take 3 hours for a skilled artist to do. Just saying. But anyway, so tonight on Dick's News International, we are talking about the EU versus big tech. And we will have some US news to tie into that tonight. But big changes on the horizon, hopefully, for big tech and their control over the global market of everything. We'll see how that goes. I don't put much faith in the EU. I don't put much faith in the United States government to handle this kind of shit, but we'll see how it goes. So tonight, Dick's News International, make sure you catch it, because it's the war against big tech has kind of started. And I hope that it goes the way I want it to. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, after that, I'll be on Monday Meltdown. Tomorrow, I'll be back here doing a Cory's Corner from 11 to noon. And then Thursday, I'll be doing Dick's News US. So make sure you're tuned in for all of that. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Share this stream out to anyone that might be interested in hearing my mindless ramblings about AI. And when everything is said and done, I have mixed feelings about where the entertainment industry is going. But I guess we'll see. Let's check what these comments have got to say. Oh, it's all Vince being a good mod. Look at that. He says, buy some merch over at my Talks a Lot Trinkets. Get some music on Bandcamp. Or you could just drop a tip at Ko-Fi. And of course, if you like the hoodie I'm wearing, make sure you find... Where's the link? Lost it. Hold on. Lost the link. Ah! Where the fuck did it go, bro? I'm sorry. I'm trying to find Jason's. Yeah, there it is. See, he knows what's up. Boom. If you like this, go to his spread shop or his Stream Elements shit and get it. Get it. It's good stuff. And it's actually surprisingly warm. You are a good mod, Vince. You are correct. You are a great mod. Maybe in the future when we start having assholes pop up, if you can show me how good you are at banning people, that'll be great. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to start winding down now. I already did the wind down. What am I saying? Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, stay sexy, don't get murdered, and as always, have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.